Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? Gabriel Santos here. Apologies in advance if you can hear someone else talking down the other room. Hopefully that doesn't get in the way. But in today's video, I want to talk about hitting a wall, specifically as it pertains to marijuana use and marijuana cravings. Um, and very specifically, what to do about this. Okay. So the wall represents many different things, but the wall can be trouble for many people. Okay, and this is extremely normal, right? And what the wall feels like is like this moment of like, you know what? I'm bored. I'm not feeling any positive energy or positive change. I'm fuck it. I just wanna blow off some steam, smoke some weed, and just like have a moment, right? Um, and there's nothing wrong with that on its own. The issue though is for people, for those of us on this channel, is that oftentimes smoking weed once often leads to smoking weed many times, and that then leads to it just takes us out of the game completely. That's a typical cycle for most of us, and because of that, right? And again, I'm not saying that that happens to everyone. I'm not even necessarily saying that happens to you, but that is the typical cycle for those of us watching and on this channel frequently. And so what we need to do is take a step back and ask ourselves, what are my goals long term, right? Why did I decide to stop smoking weed in the first place? And the answer is most likely you wanted to better yourself, you wanted to better your situation, and you have a number of goals that you want to accomplish. Um, and so, number one, it's important to really presence yourself to one, the goals that you have and the vision that you have, and two, and arguably even more importantly, to remember the pain that will occur if you smoke weed again. And again, this is not about demonizing weed. This is about understanding ourselves, having self awareness, and being honest about what happens when we smoke marijuana. Again, nothing against marijuana. It's just being honest about it. For example, right? It's like if I buy chips from the store, guys, and I have it in my room, I'm eating the whole bag, right? I could be disciplined, but it's just my nature, right? I'm going to the chips as a coping tool. I'm running to the chips for entertainment. I'm running to the chips to reduce anxiety. That's just what I do, right? It's one of my drugs of choice. And so in a similar way, right? If I allow marijuana into my life, I look at me scratching my neck like a crackhead. If I allow, I'm joking, right? If I allow marijuana into my lifestyle, I'm inevitably going to run to it often as a coping tool, as a stimulant, as a for fun, for entertainment, for whatever, right? But the issue is that because I have a tendency to just want to use it all the time, the impact and the consequence of using all the time is that I neglect everything. And again, that's not putting the responsibility on marijuana. I'm saying that that's just my tendency, and because that's my tendency, it is on me to realize that allowing it into my life will prevent me from being who I want to be in the world. And that's just the correlation. It's not causation, but that's just the correlation. And so for you, if the goal for you is to accomplish XYZ, right, and have XYZ energy in your life, right, financials, a career path, mental health, and if you know that smoking even just once will most likely lead to you smoking all the time, and smoking all the time will not lead you towards, right, your goals and your vision. It'll lead you away from it. Okay. And so it's to make this connection that um, smoking weed doesn't lead to what I want in life. It takes it away. And this is a higher level of thinking. And what I mean by that is, um, it's like the difference between when you drive by McDonald's and the low level thinking of like, that sounds good, let's go get it, right? That sounds good. But then the step above that is, that sounds good, but you know, um, that's not healthy, and that doesn't align with my nutrition goals, right? So there's kind of like the short term, immediate, kind of like primal reaction thinking, and then there's the self-awareness and the chosen thought and the proactive thinking. And so you want to step into your proactive mind. Now, once you make this connection that, okay, like smoking weed really isn't the answer right now, we can now take a look at what can you do with hitting this wall, right? Because hitting wall is normal. And one approach you can take is to really ask yourself, like, what am I really looking for in this moment? What do I really need? Take a look, like really connect and ask yourself, what is I'm looking for? And oftentimes it'll be like, I just need a moment. I just need to take a pause and breathe. I need some time to self-connect. Um, and it could be you need some time, to a day or two, to re-energize and reconnect with the energy of change and the energy of progress and the energy of moving towards a goal or a destination that you actually want, right? To reconnect with this vision that you had, right? Because when we first make that decision, right, at day one, I'm done smoking weed, I am done being a sloppy mess, I'm gonna fucking change, right? Those next couple days after that decision, we are extremely connected to what we want, extremely connected to what we're walking towards. But then time goes on, right, and the pain of being a messy slob has dissipated. We actually need to generate consciously, this vision that we want to create for ourselves on a daily basis. That's why it's often people do in the mornings, like affirmations, vision boards, things of that nature. The purpose is to be connected to this energy and this imagery of what you want for your life. Because after a while, naturally, it just becomes monotonous. Where in the day to day, it's like, okay, I'm working out, but why am I working out? And it goes from, the connection goes from, oh, working out means I'm being my best self, and working out means I'm changing, and working out means I'm moving away from my painful past. And then it becomes, working out is this pain point that I have to do. Working out is this thing I don't want to do. Working out is this thing that hurts, right? And so similar with marijuana, it's like, okay, saying no to marijuana means I'm extremely disciplined. I'm moving away from the pain of shame and guilt and depression. Saying no to marijuana means that I'm doing what's best for me, right? But then 30 days in, it's like, oh my god, saying no to marijuana is painful. Saying no to marijuana means saying no to something I love. Saying, right? And so, right, it's so crazy, right? And so, again, hopefully all of this has gave you some insight and connected some dots. You just need a moment, man. You just need a moment to take a pause, maybe acknowledge the progress that you've made so far, give yourself some credit, give yourself some props. And once you remember that smoking weed is not a winning action in this game you're playing, you need to find other ways to address your needs, right? Because it's very likely that at the 30-day mark, you're tired, you need to rest, you just need a moment to re-energize. And so it is your responsibility to find alternative ways to do that, to find new ways to do that, other than smoking weed and taking a couple days off, because that's not going to work long term. And so, maybe you need to, just or maybe you don't need a day off, man. Again, right? This is where you need to really search within yourself and ask yourself, but it's like, maybe you don't need a day off. Maybe you need to push past this wall, right? And maybe it's not even pushed through. Maybe it's It's to stop tripping. What do I mean by that? Okay. Um, Consider there is no wall. Hmm. This might be even more next level here. Consider that the wall is self-created. That's not to discredit feeling tired or feeling stuck. The point, though, is to maybe take accountability for how much we're creating a wall for ourselves and perpetuating it. And we're kind of stepping into victimhood here. Okay. Again, that is not to discredit feeling tired or feeling stuck. Those things are real and we all experience them, right? Um, but consider you probably just need a moment to be like, just a moment of stillness, a moment to step away from the noise, right? The stress in our lives, the stress in our heads, in our hearts, and to just like, and that's why meditation is so powerful and beautiful, right? But just take a moment to create space between you and the tornado of stress that we can carry. Because I think that's what people that's what oftentimes we miss about marijuana the most, I think, for sure, is that ability, right, to just through the power of hitting the joint to just finally get that space away from the trials, tribulations, and turmoils of our lives, just for 20 minutes, an hour, right? That finally just like, and again, right, like, because smoking marijuana is not a winning action for most of us, we still need to find other ways to create that space, right? The way that marijuana does. And so meditation is a powerful one, but even just like, man, let's simplify it. Like learning to just take a breath and like mentally and emotionally just create some distance away between you and all of the drama that we are going through, right? Just for a moment, like to make the conscious decision to put aside the stress of work, the stress of just the whatever energy and emotions are debilitating you, like put them in a ball and like put them to the side just to get some space away from them, like spiritually, right? So, anyways, hopefully this video found you well. Happy Tuesday, happy whatever day it is for you in the world. And yeah, um, keep it up. Take your moment to just pause, rest, and reflect and celebrate, and then cultivate that new energy and move forward. This is the time to take a moment and move forward, not take a moment and move back, right? So that's the ultimate message here. Anyways, have a great day. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.